Brother, why am I surrounded by grade A gooners, guy? Touch some grass, please. Brother is not locked in. He's like a grade A gooner. Like, holy, bruh. Okay, listen, I got a lot to talk about. I'm back in school, and stuff is happening. I made the mistake of trying to get out of my comfort zone. Alright, I was in class, right? It's like a small group seminar type of thing. And there's like a group of us, and the professor is telling each of us to like write the pros and cons of different techniques for some engineering thing on the whiteboard. We all go through, and the professor goes up to each of us, and they like look at our pros and cons, and then, okay, the professor's like, add this one thing in particular, and I'm like, okay, easy money, we got it. Then afterwards, we all got to present, and I'm like the last one to present, and I like present all the pros and cons, and we get to the last con, which is what the professor told me to add, and I was like, specifically, I looked at the professor, and I was like, and this one I thought of myself, and the professor just looked at me. For 5 seconds, it was just silence, and then it was more silence, and she was like, okay, moving on, and nobody laughed. Bro, the professor, when she was telling me to add the stupid thing, was so loud, the whole class could hear. I thought I'd get a little chuckle, a smile from someone. I realized, brother, I'm washed, I'm chopped huzz, I'm just a chud, and I got frame-mogged by my professor. She will, like, remember me as the class clown who tried but never could. Which sucks, because I feel like a letter recommendation from her would be great for any job or whatever. And it was such a... Bro, I felt so bad afterwards. And the worst part was there were still 2 hours of the class after that, and my stomach started hurting. So for the rest of the 2 hours, I just... Screw you, SpongeBob! So for the rest of the 2 hours, I just sat there in shame, and my stomach was hurting like crazy. I felt like I had to go and poop, but it's Ramadan, and I don't want to do wudu again, because it's low-key annoying. Like, oh my god, bruh. Bro, I also told the joke, like, to someone else, and they're like, wait, that's low-key funny. You got no laughs? And now, I feel like I'm being gaslit because nobody found it funny but this one random person. Alright, Patrick, let's see what you got. Bubble Man.
So, what are you supposed to be?
Your mom.
I'm a starfish.
Oh. Anywho's, okay, so at my university, the Muslim Student Association hosts Iftar every night, and it's been like a really good time. The food's been nice. And freaking, I go, and we're doing Isha prayer, and for every, like, if you guys don't know, we have an imam who leads the prayer. And so the imam's leading the prayer. We're on, like, the third rak'ah, which is, like, the third time that we're, like, going up and down. And someone's phone starts going off, and I'm like, oh, interesting. Right now it's just like vibration, so it's not the biggest deal. And then I'm like, oh wait, this is coming from next to me. Then the ringtone starts playing, and frickin' brother, it's Peter Griffin singing. I'll frickin' play it right now. So that just goes on for like 30 seconds, and the whole time, like, the guy is just like, he's like this, and he's like fumbling, and it's like not turning off at all. And it's such like an awkward experience. I'm like right next to the guy, and I'm like, I like bite my lip, I'm about to laugh, and then generational lock-in, bro, freaking Stone Cold Austin, like my face, oh. But then, like, the group of people behind us, they were snickering because how can you not? It's such a funny moment. And freaking finally, like, I'm, like, calmed down, but every time, like, I can still hear the people snickering. We finished the prayer. Everyone bursts out laughing. Like, what a crazy experience. And then what made it worse is freaking we realized, because we do things on speaker, that the sisters, like the girls on the other side of the MSA, could also hear the ringtone going off, and that made it way funnier. And then after all that, the imam was like, hey guys, can you remember to silence your phones, please? And that guy's like never lived it down. But what an insane thing.
You know, we should talk about personal gym training sometime.
You calling me fat, Larry? Kill yourself.
I thought the gym was already trained.
Okay, Patrick. You do you. Okay, so we're in class, right? And we're in those it's just like a ton of round tables, okay? I'm in there, and I can see somebody's laptop on a different table. And they're scrolling Twitter, and their feed, I kid you not, is all just like anime girls in bikinis and like lewd anime girl art. I'm like, what the hell, bro? And then he switches to Reddit, and his feed is more like hentai. We're like, what's going on, guys? Feed Ramadan? In Ramadan of all times? You can't be doing this. And then it gets even worse. I'm in a different class. Like, okay, it's also really funny because this guy, every time like a professor walks by, he switches his tab to like the lecture notes. Brother is not locked in. He's like a grade A gooner. Like, holy bruh. Barnacles. That's a pretty good, like, that was a spot on impression. Anywho's, that was like such a crazy thing. And then I get to like another class and I'm sitting in there. Actually, it's the same group class where I bombed the joke. Okay, we get to the end of the class and another person's presenting, and this guy's phone goes off, different person than Peter Griffin, okay? And every time he gets a text, it's an anime girl going like, Onisa? Onisa? Brother, why am I surrounded by grade A gooners, guy? Touch some grass, please. I don't even know how to like deal with any of this anymore. Every time I like see or hear like a British person, I can't help but giggle. Bro, British people, like, I just refuse to believe the accent is real. And it's just too, like, I feel like one day I'll visit and it's going to be turned off. Like, they aren't actually rocking that accent. I'll be like, I knew you guys could turn it off, you know? Like, British people are like the freaking toys from Toy Story. And I swear, like, they just be talking all normal like me, you know, like an American, because we have the normal accent. And freaking, I'll pull up and they'll be like, oh, chip, Cheerio. Oh, what is that? We eat beans on toast? Sorry, that's a British cursing me for making fun of their accent. Yeah, like, they'll be like, chip, Cheerio, governor. How goes it? Aluminium, color with a U. Like, you hear the nonsense that comes out of them. Ew, bro. He low-key looks like Trump without hair. Is that crazy to say? Damn. I wish that was... I won't finish that statement. Anyways, bro, I'm like feeling myself. Like, low-key, I don't know why. I think I look so good right now. It's been a little bit since my confidence has been like this, where I've been like, wow. I don't even know if the camera can capture it, bro. I'm like the moon. Like, no camera can capture my beauty. That was a little cringe, guys. Okay, to make it a little better, I'll tell you guys a super funny joke. So freaking during sahur, like in the morning, I was having my breakfast before starting my fast, and I was having a pickle, and I started choking on it, bro. It was like a big deal. I just couldn't. And it became like such a big issue, and like low-key, it was like relishing in the back of my throat. It hurt. You know, they really don't make them like me anymore. I was one of a kind. The factory I was in burned. I was born with too much aura. I was really oozing it, you know, kind of like pus. And freaking, the machines couldn't handle it. Wait, where do I go? Where's the exit? Maybe I'm not born with too much aura. Or I'm moving with speed, with haste. In other words, I'm moving with arrogance. You know, Sun Tzu said that once. Art of War, you guys. He's a pretty famous guy. Her lasso is cool, like unironically. That's a cool ability. I wish I could do that in real life. I don't know when I'd ever find utility for it, but you know. It'd be a cool thing to have. You never know, I'll be in like a freaking temple and like need to swing across a deep cavern. But I think the worst part about something like that happening to me would be that I don't have the upper body strength to like actually manage that. My upper body strength is non-existent. My bench press, 105. JK, it's not 105. But I can't do a freaking, what's it called? I can't do a pull-up to save my life. My shoulders are not built. You see how round this is? That's not because my delts are super built. That's just flub. That's blubber. I'm like Patrick's belly, except handsome. Now, I'm not saying Patrick's belly isn't handsome, but I'm not saying it is. I actually don't know what I'm saying. Moving around at the speed of sound. How's my voice? Are my vocal chops better? I think when my siblings get married, I can serenade for them. I'm sure they'd love it. They wouldn't hate it. It wouldn't be the entertainment because it'd be so heart-touching. You feel me? I wouldn't be the laughing stock. I'd be the crying stock. Because I'm so moving. I don't know what's going on, chat. Okay. I'm calling it here, chat. This was a nice, quick, short video. The vibes were immaculate. Remember, I choked on a pickle and it was a big deal. Now subscribe. A peace. A later adieu. Hoopla. Okay, bye-bye.